Today, it's Madden.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
This is unbelievable.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Let's go now. Blue 32. Ready, go.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And avoids the contact by sliding. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ultra. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Easily. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Up the middle they go. Easily. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now the first carry for Bush. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On the move to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Watch out now. Safety Fury. Chop. 17. Set cut.
They'll look to throw here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rose. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, so much for the first down.
And they coulda, woulda, shoulda had a first down, but my English teacher's not going to be happy with this one. They didn't.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rose. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. On 1st down, Beasley, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive goes. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious.
Set, hut, 52 blue. Smash, smash. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Easily. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Easily. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 10 black.
2nd and 5. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
Think they still have to show.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made, but they may back him up 10 here and have him do it again. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down now. Easily. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 123 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll try the left side. Easily. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rose. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Off the RPO, he completes it. They'll try and run for the first with Bush. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no possessions. He throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Close, 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be
You don't
really
deserve
upset.
anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now here's a throw that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
97.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Now back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Texans set to come onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 2nd down, Easley. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Rolling to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. On first down, Easley. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down now, Garland. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They had to go. Here's the Panthers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Texans down by 4, 57 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Lucas. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And, oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Back to throw. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this foot. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Panthers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the The Colts send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them. Is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or had they not prepared?
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Here we go. 45. Wide.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Ready, go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Easily. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Texans had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stark. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run on first down. Easily. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a third time here.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And that will be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1. Throwing to start the drive. Stark. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Easley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lucas.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Operating from the gun, Stark.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to throw. Stark. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stark got his man complete over the middle. That's Lucas. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. To throw on 3rd down, Stark. He finds his man complete. It's Lucas.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Check 4.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He finds his man complete. It's Lucas. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On 4th down, Stark. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Off the play fake. Stark.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Stark.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Easily. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Off play action. Stark. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touch.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Start. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now a handoff up the middle. Easily. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So they bring out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Houston's offense taking over again.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. To throw on 2nd down. Stark, he finds his man, complete. It's Lucas.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle they go.
Easily. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Over the middle, complete. It's Rose. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Now a give right side.
Easily. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down. Stark. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Now Bush running left.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Stark Out to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Texans have got it back to within a score.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Looking to throw on second down. Stark got his man complete over the middle. It's Rose. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now this throw caught left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back now here on EA Sports. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the delay, it's Bush. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll go again with Bush.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Garland.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Bush trying the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Off play action. Stark. And that is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They run up the middle with Bush. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Bush on third down. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really...
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
So now the Texans down by a field goal. At time, a huge factor. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lucas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 27-yard line. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stark. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. That is caught. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Stark to the goal line, but it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. And when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Stark. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, but they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situation.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Houston, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.